What if I told you a billionaire didn't just buy a mansion, he bought an entire town? Not just any town, but one so small and secretive, most people didn't even know it existed. And the reason why he did it, well, that part is going to shock you. By the end of this video, you will question everything you thought you knew about wealth, power, and the incredible lengths the ultra-rich will go to control their own world. The man we're talking about is Elon Musk, a figure whose name is synonymous with both mind-blowing innovation and constant controversy. Known for Tesla and SpaceX, he's one of the richest, most talked about people on the planet. But unlike most billionaires who spend their fortunes on super yachts, private islands, or professional sports teams, Elon Musk set his sights on something much, much stranger: an entire town in Texas. See, most billionaires crave visibility. They love the headlines, the attention, the limelight. They want their name on buildings and their faces on magazine covers. But Musk, despite his public persona, wanted something more fundamental. He wanted complete control. Not just control of a company, not just control of a brand, but control over a whole community where he could make the rules, build what he wanted, and operate without outside interference. The town is called Snellbrook. It's located right outside of Austin, Texas, nestled near the Boring Company and SpaceX facilities. For years, this area was just sleepy Texas ranchland. A few scattered homes, dusty roads, and not much else. To outsiders, it seemed like a forgotten stretch of land. But to Elon Musk, it was the perfect opportunity. A blank canvas waiting for his signature touch. Here's how it all started. Entire blocks of land were for sale at prices that, for a billionaire, were practically a rounding error. You had this quintessential small-town feel, vacant plots of land, and a few old houses. It was as if the universe had handed him the keys to his own private kingdom, ready to be built from the ground up. And this is where it gets really interesting. Musk didn't just buy a few properties. He acquired them all, quietly, over several months, using multiple shell companies with names like Gigalot. He started buying up parcel of land. He purchased every building, every home, and every plot he could get his hands on. By the end of it, he was the sole owner of a massive tract of land. Yes, an entire town, owned by one person, and most of the local residents didn't even know it was happening until the news broke. That's when people started to whisper, why would someone spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a patch of Texas dirt with no immediate financial return? Was it just some elaborate real estate speculation? A secret project for one of his companies? Or was it something stranger? Here's where the story gets bizarre. Unlike other real estate moguls, Musk didn't plan to flip the town for a quick profit. He wasn't building luxury condos or trying to turn it into the next big tourist trap. According to insiders and documents filed with the county, he had a single, audacious goal: total autonomy. He wanted to create a space that he could shape entirely on his own terms without getting tangled up in zoning laws, city councils, or public scrutiny. He wanted to build his own town, with his own rules. Speculation ran wild. Some believed it was a testing ground for new technology, maybe a place to experiment with Boring Company tunnels or Neuralink projects far from prying eyes. Others said it was about creating a private utopia for his employees, a company town for the 21st century where workers for Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company could live, work, and play, all within the Musk ecosystem. Whatever the primary reason, one thing became crystal clear. This billionaire isn't interested in conventional wealth. He's playing a different game entirely, a game of legacy and control. Since the acquisition, the town, now unofficially known as Snellbrook, has begun to transform. What was once empty land now features modular homes, a community pool, and outdoor sports areas. New facilities are popping up, some reportedly so high-tech that they baffle residents of neighboring towns. There are plans for dozens more homes, all designed to house his employees. Utilities, roads, and even the local governance are being designed from scratch, all according to Musk's vision. Yet, it's still shrouded in mystery. Very few outsiders are allowed in. Journalists who have tried to get a closer look have been met with security and no trespassing signs. The residents are a mix of long-time locals who sold their land, and newly arrived employees are living in a unique experiment. But what is it really like to live in a town that is owned and operated by a single billionaire? The answer is almost impossible to know for sure. We hear stories of lower than market rents for employees, but also of a place where your boss is also your landlord and your mayor. Of course, not everyone is thrilled about this. Critics are calling it dystopian, a modern-day version of the old company towns where factory owners controlled every aspect of their workers' lives. Buying an entire town gives one person an enormous, almost unchecked amount of power over the lives of hundreds, potentially thousands of people. Could this be the blueprint for the future of private cities, where corporations build and run their own communities? Or is it just the ultimate indulgence of an eccentric billionaire with more money than he knows what to do with? Either way, the story of Snailbrook is a powerful reminder of the extremes of wealth in our world today. It shows that when you have enough money, you can buy almost anything, even your own town, your own rules, and perhaps your own version of reality. So, what do you think? Is this the ultimate expression of entrepreneurial freedom, or a glimpse into a frightening future where the ultra-wealthy control just the companies we work for, but the very communities we live in? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say about this. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that feel stranger than fiction. See you in the next one.